Hey Aries, this is your February 2022 reading using the tarot. So I'm going to look back to late January coming into February 1st, and in true Aries fashion, the Ace of Wands, some grand idea, some bright spark of inspiration, and some really big creative download or idea is bursting from you. And in true Aries style, again, you just hit the ground running, and the Eight of Wands, you start really gathering some speed and momentum on this, and things are just nicely synchronizing for you. Until they weren't, Aries, how annoying, the Six of Wands in reverse. This is kind of some sort of an obstacle or something kind of falling on its head or something like that, or an inconclusive gain of some sort, like you thought you were getting it but it didn't turn out to be fully attained at the late January part. This was just some sort of an interruption in your flow, in your hustle, in your motivation. Maybe you were motivated towards acting or getting something or attaining a goal, and it just delayed, and you don't know when that's going to change. It's kind of like there was an interruption in your flow and what you were trying to do here. Now, in the month of February, things are looking really good for you, the Nine of Cups. So this would be telling me that there is some sort of an attainment of a goal, and the difficulty that you felt late January is kind of being surmounted now, and you're closer and closer to getting what it is you want. I love to see the Four of Swords and the Seven of Cups like this in reverse. If you look at the imagery on this, the little lamb's eye, our third eye space is lit up, and it looks very like the sun imagery here, or the light at least in the Seven of Cups, if you can see that in reverse. So you make a really intelligent decision this month, Aries. You have thought about something and it didn't really need much of your consideration. It just came to you pretty quickly, I think. So in the month of February, you have this download, and it came from just taking a bit of a break, because I see as we go into the end part of February into March, this is when the work really starts to pile on and you have to be a lot more diligent. But for now, you make a very enlightened choice in February. This is also when we are very definite about what we're going to do. When the Seven of Cups is upright, it's very confusing and overwhelming, and we're kind of caught up in a lot of delusion. But in reverse, there's none of that. And especially since I see the Four of Swords beside that, so crystal clear, so intuitive, and so sure about what you're going to do. I love to see that. And you're fueled by some sort of an extra confidence that is around you now in the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is very emotionally fulfilled and satisfied, and it would tell me that you got over a bigger hurdle. In fact, the Eight of Cups is at the bottom of the deck here. I have the 8, 9, and 10 of Cups in this reading. So I can see you attaining some sort of a happy goal or a culmination of what it is that you truly is, your heart's desire. So you make a really spot on choice for yourself, and you've narrowed things down, and you've got it sussed, Aries. So as we go into and I'm going to clear this reading up with more cards from the tarot, and then I will close out the reading with an oracle. They've been so profound, the oracles in my personal readings, I thought I'd bring them back into these readings, but I will leave it to the end as it's kind of a wordy read. So the 10 of Cups then, as we end the month of February and approach March, we are just beaming at this point, super content, more than content, radiating happiness almost, and we have everything that we want. And now that that's happened, we're really ready to give something our due diligence. The two major arcana cards that have come through now in this reading so far are presenting around the end of February coming into March, the Devil card and the Hermit card. These could be Capricorn or Virgo that you're dealing with at the end of the month, or you're just embodying this really diligent, focused, hardworking, and grounded earth energy yourself. So once you got what you wanted, whatever you set out to do in late January, February, and you hit the ground running on it, there was an obstacle, you didn't know when this would change, and then when you kind of got even a little closer to your goal, things started becoming very clear, and you were able to make brilliant decisions for yourself. So you got what you wanted, you're radiating happiness, you're chuffed, right? And then you're able to put your focus onto really important things insofar as like soul growth, because the major arcana cards talk to us about what our soul is ready to step into and what lessons or growth it's requiring around that. So the Devil card, I don't see this as a negative here at all. In fact, I see it as, look at these little hoofs, they're on fire. You're like, this is Aries, this quick fire fire energy, like I gotta act, I gotta run, I gotta do it, I gotta network, and I gotta ask this person, and you're getting some like motivation and ideas. So I see the Devil card just being very work orientated in this reading. Of course, the draw of that is workaholism, or like, you know, putting all your focus into work to not focus on other things that need your attention. But I don't see it like this. I see this as being like a really strong work focus, really committed, and happy to take on some extra responsibility at this time of the end of the month of February into March. So it does seem like you gain more kind of responsibility or duties at this time. The Hermit card here as well. So this is like a new idea now being formed. If you see this little spark above the Hermit, it's just constant with you, Aries, right? The first card is just this bold idea, and then in the Ace of Wands, you had this bold idea late January. But as we step into the month of March, you have an idea, Aries, but it's something that's being worked on a little more privately on your own and carefully, I think. And you have to put some research into this, you have to study, you have to really think long and hard about it. 2 9s in the reading, the 9 of Cups and the Hermit as 9. This would tell me that all the wisdom you're gaining in February is bringing you closer to some sort of a ending of a spiritual cycle of knowledge. The 9s are a number of reflection and contemplation. So we go over what it is that we've learned and we begin to apply it in all walks of our life. So the Hermit card would tell me that you are stepping into a new phase of understanding, and that you really determined that all the answers that you needed are within you, Aries. And I got a couple of cards here, the 4 of Swords and the Hermit card, very much meditative and solitary cards. So I do stress this now, this month in February. 2022 is going to be a pretty revealing year on the collective, I would imagine. So if you're being called to meditate or ground or center a little more, maybe this is a message to do that. It could come in really valuable to you throughout the year 2022. So why don't I look at, and the High Priestess just turned itself around there just to validate to me that there is intuitive messages and guidance coming through, and to listen to your gut instinct. Sometimes it's easier to do that when we calm our mind and we are in a meditative practice. We can hear the answers coming from within in a more intuitive way rather than any anxiety, confusing us. Okay, so the first row, Ace of Wands, 8 of Wands, 6 of Wands in reverse. This is wand energy, fire energy. So assertive, bold, brave, and kind of just, what would I say? It's fiery. Okay, let's clear that up. So let's hear about what these ideas were. You hit the ground running on something. It was all syncing up until it wasn't in late January at the start of February. The Strength card. You could be dealing with a Leo in late January, I should say. And the 9 of Wands, or a Sagittarius. So I've got Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo here. So fellow fire signs. Again, our 8 of Cups has made it to the bottom of the deck, but I like that. So I have the 8 of Cups here, the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Cups. That's the journey to self-fulfillment and happiness around this goal that you're trying to attain. So the Strength card. Okay, so you needed this extra determination to get over the hurdle of whatever the 6 of Wands in reverse represented, the disruption to your hustle, your flow. You needed to muster something from within you. You needed to remind yourself of what a fucking strong badass you really are, and how many other times in your life you have pulled yourself through and come out the other side like really triumphantly. The Strength card also tells me, with all of this wand energy, that you're feeling very invigorated in your physical body. You're feeling very vital, very alive. Like, I think that you're, you might say, oh, I'm not happy every minute of the day, but I'm feeling alive. I'm moving through the emotions of what it is to be a human being. And the Strength card would just be telling me that, you are coming out on top despite all odds. The 9 of Wands, a true card of perseverance. Knowing that there are steps like this to take towards the light, and it is going to be hard graft, and your energy, like your physical body has to do something, and you have to find this motivation. But you have motivation in spades this month, Aries, is what I'm seeing, especially when whatever this sort of disappointment comes through in the Six of Wands. And I'm taking this as just some sort of an obstacle in your flow, and somebody telling you like, no, this isn't going to work out, or we're not going to take you on, or we're not interested in this, and you're like, okay, I'll just pick myself back up again and continue on my mission in another direction. That doesn't mean I have to stop your thinking. I'll keep going. You know, you have a lot of competition, Aries, and the 8 and 9 of Wands here. So something does get moving really quickly and you feel like you've hit the ground running. There is the obstacle, but no matter what, we get from the 8 of Wands to the 9 of Wands anyway. So we will climb that ladder, Aries. We will make it happen. And I think that you know that you're going to make it happen for yourself. Especially now that we have the Strength card coming through. The 8 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, I should say. The party's over here, as you can see. So there is an element of like, okay, I can't go that way. That might be a roadblock for me, but there is another way. If I can't go around the mountain, I go through it sort of energy. So I have this mountain here and you're just finding another way around that. That's all that is, Aries. You're going to get there in the end. You have the determination, the willpower, and the strength, of course. So keep up the flow, keep up the hustle. This is pure fire energy in the first row here. You could be dealing with other fire signs, Sagittarius, other Aries, Leo perhaps. Maybe these people fuel you, maybe you see them as your competition, or maybe they're just your hype people. So let's look at the month of February. So there is now more of an emotional tone to this, and you're figuring out what it is that will make you happy and how you can just sustain this feeling of contentment and satisfaction in your personal life or your professional life. 9 of Cups, 4 of Swords, 7 of Cups in reverse. Let's clear it up. So 9 of Cups, what's making you so happy? What's making you feel so fulfilled? You're just proud of yourself, Aries. That could be it. The Mother of Wands, Cardinal Fire, which is Aries. So this is your court card coming through really strongly. So yeah, I think you're proud of yourself. I think you're feeling yourself. You became enlightened on something and made a decision. 7 of Pentacles. To persevere. The 7 of Pentacles is when we are not 100% sure of the outcome yet, but we have a good feeling of it. We have reason to believe that this will work. It's like there's signs now at this point showing us like that this could be a success, or that we want, like what will line up for us is kind of in highest and best for us. The Mother of Wands, you're feeling yourself this month, Aries. Go you. I love to see this. The Mother of Wands is confident, self-assured, and just a badass. I'm gonna say it again, a real badass. 9 of Cups, Mother of Wands. This is also like your beauty, your gorgeousness, your attractiveness coming through. I have a lot of cards that shows, like, I feel like somebody is going to tell you this month, you are gorgeous. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Like, give you a compliment on your physical appearance, or how well you're looking. So that's really nice. So you're feeling yourself, you're happy to put yourself out there. And the Mother of Wands and the 9 of Cups is like, gosh, you're really close to having everything you want around this situation, Aries. Now, the 7s here, the 7 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups. 7s represent progress. They represent manifestation and magic. But with that comes challenge. So there are often challenges to overcome. Now, you've already overcome a huge challenge in the 7 of Cups in February, and all you had to do was listen to the voice within, take some time. I hear sleep on it. The answer will be clearer the next day. So if something comes up for you and it seems like you're unsure about it, it's confusing or it's overwhelming, the 7 of Cups can also be quite illusionary. So you're just thinking, is this what they're telling me true? Is it what it says it is on the tin, kind of a thing? What was that old saying? It does what it says on the tin. You're like, but does it? Like, is this what they're telling me is true? So you know that you can just think, sleep on it, and this kind of like, I guess a download via the third eye or pineal gland comes through to you anyways. it might be a good month to switch to like a fluoride-free toothpaste. We know that fluoride can calcify that pineal gland in our brain, and that is something that the pineal gland will regulate our sleep patterns, our all of those things, regulate our mood, regulate our nervous system, and also, most importantly, in my opinion, it is our connection to source and our subconscious mind. So you'll get more downloads through your intuition this month, and it's very nice. Now, you then make a final decision around something that seemed overwhelming or hard to determine before. The Seven of Pentacles is just like, you may not see the results right away, Aries, and I know that could frustrate you as you like things to happen quickly. But there is a reason for this, I'm sure, but the Seven of Pentacles was like, there's nothing here to tell you that this won't work, so don't have any doubts. Imagine it as if it's already yours, and talk about it as if it's yours currently in the present. No, I wish I got this promotion more. Feels so wonderful to have this promotion. I feel so validated because I got this promotion. This promotion that I received makes me aware of my talents and how appreciated I am. Talk about your manifestations in the present moment as if they already exist, because when we talk about things like I want this, we are creating the frequency of not having, because the want is the lack of it there, and so we can only match lack with lack, and then we can match having with having, you know what I mean? So there's no reason to say this won't happen just because the results aren't immediate. It looks like the groundwork is put in there, and it's kind of harmony and flow right now. So I think then by the end of March you have a very good indication that this is about to be yours, or you attain the goal. Yes, look, the Hanged Man coming up out at the bottom of the deck, and the Six of Pentacles just before the Seven of Pentacles. So the groundwork being here, this Hanged Man is a period of suspension, being held, because it can't happen right away. But like I said, when I see the Hanged Man, there's always a reason for that sort of plateau, or that sort of held in suspension limbo phase, because you're being enlightened on something. But when I see the Ten of Cups here, I say, Aries has got what they want. And then they can move on to something that is encouraging some more soul growth. So we had the Strength card being another major arcana card. That showed me the soul growth around what was happening in January, February, was you realizing your inner strength and your own resiliency and what you can surmount and what you've done in the past. You've already been through challenges, no doubt, and you've already come over them, right? Now we get what we want in the Ten of Cups. Let's see what that is. And then we'll look at the Devil card and the Hermit card together as to what the next mission of yours is. And it looks like it's some hard work or study or something like that. Something very diligent of you and dedicated, okay? The Three of Swords in reverse. And the Daughter of Pentacles, yes, study, right. At the bottom of the deck, the Two of Swords. Okay, so the Two of Swords and the Three of Swords in reverse. With the Ten of Cups, with your fulfillment, with your happiness, you're glowing and you're thriving and you are so pleased with yourself. This gets people's back up, right? As it does, you know? This gets people's back up because not everybody is happy when people are successful. It triggers some shadow in them where they just wish that they were doing what you were doing. But look, at the same time, you're offering that person who's triggered some inspiration, really, or just an opportunity to work on their shadow. The Three of Swords is telling me that not everyone's going to be super happy with this, and you know, people may be jealous, people may be out to even like sabotage you on some level. The Two of Swords is telling me that you had hesitation around doing this, or even making this announcement about what you have attained. Maybe because of this, maybe you know that there's people around you that just try as you might, you can't please them and you can't make everybody happy, and you feel like there's certain people around you, Aries, maybe they're earth signs, that just seem to not be very pleased with you when you are successful. They feel maybe jealous, they don't really feel like they're haters, basically, is what I'm trying to say. They're haters. So the Three of Swords is like, well, you can't keep everyone happy anyway. And for you, the worst part was making the announcement or like going for this. And Aries, I just don't think you wanted to like rub it in anyone's face. The Three of Swords in reverse is saying like, look, this situation will calm down. If there are people around you like this, it seems like not everybody could be happy for your happiness at the end of the month of February going into March. Now I have my earth sign energy here, the Devil, the Hermit, so like think Capricorn, think Virgo, possibly Taurus as well. The Daughter of Pentacles, some more earth energy. And like I said, there's a project that's about to get started now that you've ticked off one of your goals for 2022, or maybe this was something from 2021. And once you attain this happiness and perfection really of the Ten of Cups, you're able to put your focus where it needs to be next. And that looks like a brand new endeavor. The Daughter of Pentacles is a fresh start in communication. You begin to talk to somebody again. It's often about study or learning. Like, look at this little baby deer. I feel like, look, it's only starting to experience the world. Maybe it had those wobbly Bambi legs for a while and now it's finding its feet again. And I get this hit the ground running, hot on your heels, all of these like feet symbology or things coming to my mind. How are your feet? Do you need to go to a chiropodist? Do you need to get a pedicure? Do you need a foot massage? All of these things are coming through, something around feet at this time. Maybe you get some new shoes. Maybe you really do hit the ground running and you take up, some heavier cardio or something like that. But basically, you have a new beginning coming at the end of March, and it's something where with the Hermit card is very studious and the Daughter of Pentacles very studious. They're both very, very eager to learn, both very wise. Of course, the Hermit is a more mature sense of wisdom, but the Daughter of Pentacles is wise, but they're novice. They're more immature in this field, not in a negative way, just they're novice, they're beginning, but they have this wisdom that they at least know what their beginning is in alignment for them and feels very right. So that's how I see you, Aries. You do have a new course of action to undertake. Let's take an oracle card, Aries. I find that these can often resonate with what we have spoken about here. So I'm taking this as a message from Aries' highest self, from their angels, from a guide, from their subconscious, any higher power that you prescribe to Aries. So I invite you to join me with a deep breath. And let's see what's coming through on this oracle for you to close out our reading. Aries, while I have you, if you would consider subscribing to this channel, that would help me a lot and help me get this message to other Aries out there. So this is the Orchid, Priestess of Destiny. Beautiful. What have we got on this card? She's playing an instrument. It actually looks very late summer to me, this energy of the certain types of flowers there. But let's see what we've got. It's number 21. And that's interesting. Number 21 is the last card of the major arcana, the World card. This could be about something like a cycle being completed, but why don't I just read it and we find out. So it says here, the Orchid, Priestess of Destiny, of your highest spiritual destiny, calls you to your purpose, your path, and your soul passion. You are called to rise again and again, to live up to your potential with all its uniqueness and beauty. She will call you always with her sweet flute playing deep in your heart, blossoms of orchid falling from her feet, stirring your heart to quest for your truest soul passion. You may have felt different to those around you at different times in your life. This is meant to be, beloved one. You cannot be a pioneer, Aries, you are the pioneer, love it, of different consciousness on this planet if you feel completely comfortable in the consciousness that already exists around you. Do you know that this was chosen on purpose so that it could be on purpose? Your soul chose to be of service by not fitting in so that it would remember through times of not fitting in or not feeling right, that it was meant to help correct and heal the consciousness on our planet, starting with the self. And Aries, you are the sign of the self. Number one, we're born into the world as Aries, finding ourself, identifying ourself, screaming, I am here. Once the self was able to correct and align the consciousness within so that it was matched with the love and peace that existed deep in the heart, it would be easier to help others do the same, even if just by inspiration. I think, Aries, your courage really inspires other people. This is where the Orchid, Priestess of Destiny, beloved Kuan Yin, in her devotion to your highest spiritual attainment, calls you forward now. Yes, beloved, your divine destiny is calling you. That means it's time to unplug from mass consciousness at a deeper level than ever before, to really let go of beliefs and thought forms that do not serve your highest destiny, no matter how unchallengeable they may seem to be at first. It is time to revise anything inside you that would hold you back from owning your spiritual power and moving ahead in your divine destiny. It is your own destiny that calls you forward to do this, beloved. Do not fear it. It's just you waiting to meet you in all your spiritual beauty and strength. Embrace the changes, and soon you will enjoy this spiritual reunion at a higher turn of the spiral of your own passionate life of spiritual purpose. The flute and blossoms of the Orchid Priestess help you in this process now. Well, that's lovely, Aries. I'm sure you'll get told how gorgeous you are this month by somebody, and I will talk to you soon, Aries.